I am live. I thought I wasn't live. You know what? I always screw this thing up with the technology. How are you, everyone? I haven't been live since the beginning of the year. I am here this evening or this afternoon, wherever you may be in the United States, with my friend. I'm gonna try to do this, Steve. I'm gonna try to do this, okay? I'm gonna try to do it. With my friend, Coach Steve Bacon.
You nailed it. It's a little bit more like oomph on the bacon, but that Steve was really good.
All right. So you do it.
It's become a contest amongst people. Like people like really want to know who can go the longest. So anyway, this is how you say it.
Okay.
Coach Steve Bacon.
No, drive it. Coach Steve Bacon. Oh my God. You know
That's
what?
hilarious.
It
That's
is
hilarious.
hilarious. And you know what? I know this. Steve, we're going to talk about all this. On this, people really don't know what they're into this evening. Yeah, we're going to talk about the value of a conversation and why it's valuable to you and
Mhm.
to me. And we're going to talk about just right now, this just came into my spirit. I'm like, let's talk about all that too muchness that some people have been telling us all of our lives. Boy, be quiet. I know. Why you talk too much? Your mouth always getting you in trouble. And maybe, and my mouth did get me in trouble. It did, and also my mouth is frees a lot of people. My mouth makes a lot of money for me now, and
Yeah.
so we're gonna talk about stepping in your superpower because our extroverted personalities, you and I in a room together. Oh my God, right? and and
Yeah.
so many people would have thought,
Yeah.
oh, you're not gonna make no money like that. You're not gonna work at nobody's job acting like that. All those things that we heard while we were growing up, and even in our adult life. So I titled this live stream, "What's the value of one conversation?" You and I are in the
Mm.
transformation space, and you and I had a phone call the other night. And then during that phone call, as I was coaching and you were taking notes, and I said, Steve, we have to do this. We have to go live and we have to talk about this. So why don't you just pick it up wherever you want?
Yeah. So I do extremely well in the coaching space, if that's what we want to call it. Right. I've recently been called it mind surgery because what I do is not the typical um, coaching, if you will. It's a much more specialized. I specialize in reconstructing identities. Right. However, I typically would keep someone for 3 months. Right. I would help them fully reconstruct themselves and they go off into the world completely different people. And I was fine with that. And then here comes fucking Linda, right? And she's like, why you ain't renewing people? Why you ain't seeing it all the way through? And I said, Linda, I've never even figured out how to have a renewing conversation if I'm keeping it real, right? Like people usually I solve a problem and they go on. And then you started teaching me about renewal conversations. And it made me do some soul searching. And the reason being is because I realized, hmm, these people are probably better off with me in their life longer than 3 months. What can I help them create? Right? Now that we've gotten rid of the trauma and all the parent issues and solved all these issues from their childhood past and all this trauma and totally changed their belief system and self-image, that's when the fun begins. And so because I was like, damn, if I had to renew people, I probably made 800 grand last year. Like that was a $400,000 plus conversation for me.
Let's look, drop the mic on that right there. Let's pause because I want to break this down for the people that are hopping in and watching. If you're watching this live stream, you are in probably a service-based entrepreneur because that's most of the people that are connected to me and Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steve and I both work in the transformational personal development space for those people who need the basic breakdown. The transformational personal development space. both Steve and I told someone in Messenger the other day, right? I'm not a coach. That's just what people call me. I am a mentor who is a mind surgeon, right? Because that's what we do.
Yeah, mind surgery.
The identity shifts that our client that we help our clients create, they're real, they're not fake. Mm-hmm. Because here's the deal for you that are listening to this live stream. I want you to understand that who you will be when this live stream is over is not the same person who started watching when this live stream began. Right, Steve? No, so if we go through life understanding that every time I open my mouth, 6 figures flies out of it, at least 6 figures. But when I am in a conversation with Steve, every 6 figures is going to fly out of his mouth.
Oh, I'm taking notes. Hold on. You're talking too fast. We try to take notes. Let go.
Take the notes.
Every time
I open up my mouth, 6 figures flies out of it, honey. You better catch it. Okay?
I'm putting that in my declarations.
Multiple 6 figures. This conversation was worth a minimum of $400,000 a year. A year.
Yeah.
For Steve.
Minimum.
Let's say Steve is going to keep working until he's 65, 70.
Right.
Multiply 400 times.
In 10 years, that's $4 million you added to my income simply about having a renewal conversation. And when to start having the renewal conversations.
Because here's the deal, Steve. Here's the realization that Steve had. Yes, we work with people in 90 days because we're so good at what we do. We literally, you will not be the same from the first 2 conversations. Literally, we could just charge for 2 sessions and people's lives will be shifted forever.
Oh, for me, one session, one 2-hour conversation, and I put whole families back together.
Now, here's the deal. We can help them do that. And a lot in the world, you've probably heard this phrase, new level, new devil. I don't know if you ever heard this phrase, but it's not new level, new devil. It's new level, same devil. And here's why my clients benefit from rocking with me for years after years, and your clients benefit with you, Steve, and anyone else who is in the transformational development space. Why your clients, you're doing them a disservice by not inviting them to continue, because they're going to have a new level and it's not going to be a new problem. It's the same mindset that they had 90 days ago is going to pop up and try to screw them out of their win. And you'll be there to be like, That's why, because they don't go off and become amazing. It's only been 90 days. They still got the training wheels on. They don't know how to do this on their own.
Yeah, I'm quiet because can't say anything. I literally did not start even thinking about developing a 12-month program. Like for someone who wants to stick that long. I never even thought about it, because for me, it was, I've gotten so good at helping people heal in hours what will take them years of therapy. It was more of got one done, next, got one, because my mission was more on ending generational trauma. So if I can stop it with you, I did my job. I'm moving on to the next person, right? But I never, until we had that conversation, like, And then I put together something that I was just like, only in the generational trauma, but fuck, I could literally help this person make millions. I could help this person build something tremendous. And that's the fun part. So I changed my whole approach after we had that conversation. So I'm eternally grateful. That's why I'm here. Like, my business is already mad successful. Top 3% of income earners in the United States. You and me, right? But you added another fucking minimum, because I'm just like, you put me in check, and I appreciated it.
No, thank you for saying that. So here's where I'm going to go with that. See, I knew this conversation would evolve organically. Steve just jokingly said, matter of factly, it's just like a figure of speech. You put me in check. But here's the deal. He respects me, and I respect him on a professional level. We both are powerful people with big personalities.
Enormous personalities.
take up the whole room.
The energy you and I have can power a small country.
It can. But most of our clients are very powerful people too, and they don't want weak people they can walk all over. They want someone that can hold their power. And so Steve Bacon has huge energy. I take my hat off to Camille Bacon. She got to live with you.
Kameni. She gonna kill you. Kameni. Like how many? Kameni.
That's why we call her Cam. Kameni. Kameni, I'm sorry, Kameni. I got checked. I'll never screw it up again.
Hey,
Kameni.
Linda in here, call you out name.
It's Kameni.
She in there laughing.
But
She said, she's here. She said, love you.
I love her. But with all jokes aside, powerful people need a mentor that can hold their power.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. John C. Maxwell talks about that in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he talks about it from a point of, let's say on a scale of leadership 1 to 10, right? If your leadership ability is a 7, you're only going to attract 6s and below. Someone who's an 8 or higher, and possibly even a 7, will not hire you because they don't feel you can lead them to where they want to go. And I've been having this conversation, and now you got me fucking started.
Come on,
man. I've been trying to have these conversations with coaches, right? Most of them are line cooks posing as master chefs. I just had to say it.
It's catfishing. They're catfishing out here in the internet. Catfishing.
Huh?
They're catfishing.
Yeah, they're catfishing people.
Yeah.
The reason why I call them line cooks is because they are going through other people's programs, creating a new package, and then putting other people's programs in their package and go, look what I created. And then when you challenge them on it or question them on it, they just get mad, right? And blow up on you because they really didn't do the work, right? It's okay that you use something that you learned from someone else, but it better be something that you've personally gone through and worked yourself through, that when you are explaining it to different people and they have questions, you can find ways to explain it to them. But you can't do that if you just took it and be like, well, it just worked. So anyway, I digress. If your leadership sucks, you will continue to be overworked and underpaid in this business. Simply because the people who can truly pay you what you want to be paid do not feel, because leadership is a thing you can feel. You can say what you want to say, but it's literally about attitude. If I feel you can't lead me, I'm not going to buy. Absolutely. I literally had one of my clients send me someone else, and she said, so-and-so said that she hired you because you owned her, and nobody does that. She said you got on the call with her and just owned her ass. Everybody else backs down from her, and you leaned in and put her in her place. He says, I'm gonna fuck around and hire you. That's why I didn't want to talk to you, because nobody can be right. So it's a leadership thing. This business is about leadership.
Yes.
So
thank you, Steve. That's the law of the lid. You can only go as far. That's John Maxwell. I love. And you know what? If you haven't read if you haven't listened to the audiobook, John Maxwell, 21 Laws of Leadership 2.0, the 2.0, he said in the 2.0 version, I can't believe I didn't put this in the first version. That was over 20 years ago. He wrote it. He said, there is a law of leadership that I can't believe I left out of the first book. And it's like, it's so in your face. It's personal development. Personal development. You got to get the 2.0 version. It's going to rock your world.
Got to get the 2.0 version.
Yeah. So I was saying this morning, Steve, on another interview that I had, that people should look at success like a religion. And here's why. Every religion that you go to, I don't care if it's Christianity or Islam or Judaism, there's requirements from each religion, things that you have to do. Hanukkah, or the 12 silent days of this, or accept Jesus Christ as your savior, get baptized. Like there's all these things that are required in order for you to carry the flag that I am a Christian, I'm a follower of Christ, I am a follower of the Prophet Muhammad, I am this, right? Like every religion requires their thing. Like private schools require their, wear this uniform, this. But what if we looked at success as a religion and said, do you pledge, or are you like wanting to become one of us? Yes, here's the 10 steps. And then I'm just using 10 off the top of my head. But
I hear you.
And whatever it might be, it's like, denounce closed-mindedness, denounce it,
Linda about to start a goddamn religion.
Hey, I said I literally am considering baptizing women at my next event.
When I look at people like Grant Cardone, for him, it is. Because his stance literally is, it is your obligation.
Your duty.
Your duty to become rich. Right? So in some instances, there are people that do see it that way.
Well, I'm going to tell you that every single person, including you and I, we don't subscribe. We're not normal. We are a rare breed. We have our own lane. We believe our own different things. We do believe that successful people make decisions fast. We do believe that money loves speed. We do believe that success leaves clues. We do believe that. And if you don't believe that, then you're sitting on the sideline going, I don't know why they're saying that. That's a damn lie. That's all they're saying to manipulate you. They saying that to get your money. That's what they doing. I don't know why they all say that shit. That shit ain't real. They lying. They ain't making that much money. Ain't nobody's lying.
I love you so much.
But that's why your ass is broken. Your life sucks because you haven't stepped over to the success religion. I'm trying to have a success religion, but not Scientology. Not that.
Are you sure? There's levels. And then, wait, I'm sorry. Side note, did you see at the end when they said, and then you get to the very top, and the only thing they have for you after you done paid all that money and spent all that time, and they go, it's you. Did you see that part at the end where he's like, get to the top, and they go, it's you. It's been in you all this time. You are the end. It's like, what?
But here's the deal. But listen to how deep that is, Steve. When people,
I know, I got that. I got that part. It's deep. I got it.
Deep.
It's still hilarious.
It is. But this when people ask me, I'm gonna pay you $30,000. Am I gonna get a transformation? Oh, I promise you, with that price tag, that's the guarantee for your transformation because it's you. I know that I am the conduit. I am the vehicle that I just want to thank God for depositing this skill set in me, right? I am the vehicle, but I'm not taking any ownership. I didn't do that. I didn't transform you. You did, because there was too much skin in your game. So when you get to the top at the end of the work with me and you're like, did I pay all this money for conversations? For these type of conversations.
So you know what I call that? Because you're absolutely right? I say, do you want to know why successful billionaires pay spiritual teachers gobstops amounts of money? I said, they have literally done everything they've ever wanted to do, gotten all the respect they could possibly get. Like they've done all of that, and yet they still don't feel connected to themselves, right? I said, so have you ever lost your glasses only to realize that they're on top of your head? You wear a lot of glasses on top of your head, right?
Yeah, always. And I literally do that.
I know. Right. I'm like, imagine being a billionaire and hiring a guru, pay him $1 million, and he looks at you and goes, your glasses are on your head. Simply because you were whole and complete the entire time, except for the thought that you weren't whole and complete. So you went looking in all these different places to fill a void that you created because you're really whole and complete. So they hire a spiritual teacher, pay them a gobsmacked amount of money for that spiritual teacher to then look at them and go, your glasses are on your head. You've been whole and complete this entire time. And then they go, I'm dead ass serious. I have these conversations with my clients. I tell them, you are whole and complete until you have thought one day as a child that you weren't whole and complete. And you've been looking for something outside of you. And the reason why you can't find it is because it's been inside of you the entire time. It never left.
Man, I love that. So it's deep and it can be funny and it's deep because we don't know our blind spots, just like in your car.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know these blind spots. Steve, so one of my clients, she's watching, and when we were talking about making this a religion, she said, I rebuke you. And so you don't know this because you don't work with my clients, but I'm like, we will not have any basic bitches around me. I rebuke the spirit of basic bitch off of your life in the name of success. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, that's religion.
I'm dying.
I rebuke.
Listen, Linda, I promise you, you are my match. I have met my match. Listen, not too many people can make me blush, but you do. Not too many people can make me blush, I swear, but you do. I am dead. That's hilarious. I rebuke you.
I rebuke the spirit of basic bitch off of your life. Let go of her now.
You know what? That would be a funny ass YouTube video.
Yo, I grew up in church.
I'm checking the comments. That's why I'm looking down. But
my mom is always telling me, you need to stop cursing. You need to be on a pulpit. I'm like, Mom,
that's seasoning. That's seasoning on your sentences. It's seasoning.
Yeah.
It brings your sentences to life. I could say, shut up. Or I could say, shut the fuck up. See, it's just seasoning. It elevates the sentence. Why are we?
Hey, Steve, and you know what? I love being a very feminine woman.
Oh, man.
I love being who I am. And there's this time and space for that, specifically, for me to add more spice to my words or not. But all full circle, it's the reason why I have clients that make multiple 7 figures, not just 7 figures.
Yeah.
And they're like, I like you. You get me? We can rock. We can have real conversations. Yeah. Right?
Well, again, you are a mind surgeon. I heard Steve Hardison once use the word soul orthodontist, right? I thought that was just incredible. There's people who learn a set of skills and then go apply those set of skills. And then there are people who have lived experience who learn a set of skills, apply it to themselves, heal themselves, and then use that set of skills to now go out and help others. That's a different level than I learn a set of skills, never work on my own shit, and then go apply that set of skills to other people. Because when you have lived experience, you don't get caught in the content of people's. You hear the context, and you become like that old man, like that old dude in the neighborhood that work on everybody's car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like he work on Hondas, and then he got that cigarette that's out his mouth like this, and he's talking to you like this, and he says, "Start it up, start it here, start it up," and then he hear it and start up. I know what that is. I got it.
I'm gonna say this. I used to help my friend do taxes in my previous life, and she had a little office in the hood, and that man used to do my brakes in the back of the building. He's
But
still
that's
my
what I'm
break.
saying, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When you become that skillful as this as a profession, the lived experience plus the skill set, there's a story I tell, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
If you don't indulge. This is the metaphor I give, and I didn't make it up. I learned it from a guy named Kane Ramsey. And when he said it, I thought it was just beautiful, and I've used it ever since, and I give him credit.
Okay.
He says, there's a man walking through the woods, and he trips and falls into a hole, a deep, dark hole. And he starts screaming, help, help, help me, somebody help me. And a woman walks up to the edge of the hole and looks down at it and says, are you okay? And he goes, no, I fell in this hole and I'm stuck. And I'm starting to get anxious and feel claustrophobic. And the woman says, well, lucky for you, I happen to be a therapist. And she says, she pulls up a chair and starts her watch. And she says, tell me what being in this hole is like compared to your childhood. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm stuck. Help me get out. And she says, I am. Just talk to me for a minute. And so she opens him up and he starts crying. And then 45 minutes goes by and she hits the clock and she says, listen, that's our time for today. But if you're still in this hole next week, I'll swing back around and we can pick up where we left off. Left the guy in shambles, right? She walks off. Guy starts yelling, help, help, somebody help. Guy walks up. He's got on a white coat. He says, hey, sir, you down there? You need help? He says, yes. I've been stuck down here and some fucking lady came by and made me open up about my childhood and had me thinking about shit I didn't want to think about. And then she just fucking left. And now I'm stuck in this hole feeling claustrophobic and thinking about my childhood and now I'm depressed. And the guy says, hey, no worries. Luckily for you, I'm a doctor. I tell you what, I'm going to write you this prescription. And when you get out of this hole, I want you to go to the nearest pharmacy and take this medicine. It'll help you feel better. And if you need some more, hit me up. And he walks off. And the guy starts to lose hope that he could ever be helped. He starts to reconcile with the fact that this hole is where he's going to live for the rest of his life. And then he hears a voice. Some lady named Linda. Yes, says, hey, the fuck are you doing down there? How'd you get your ass stuck in there? And the guy says, well, I fell into the hole and I tried to get help. And then before he can complete the sentence, this fucking lady Linda jumps down in the hole and he looks at her and goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? Didn't I tell you that I was just stuck in here? And she says, yeah, dumbass, but I was stuck in here last week. Let me show you how to get out. That is the power of lived experience, and that's what you bring to the table, and that's why I love you.
I love you. Thank you for that story. I'm never going to forget it. And so for those of you who are in the transformational space, what Steve just did is tell a powerful story. And when he told that story, you were able to create a picture in your mind. And once you create a picture in your mind, it's as good as done. You will never be stuck in your hole again. Even through that story, that was funny. And Steve willingly and lovingly put my name in there to edify me. He just changed your life. This is going to be such a transformative live stream. This is why Steve and I, he's got me. I'm going to be his friend for a long time. He can't.
I love it.
Okay.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Linda. Shit.
You're like, what are you doing back? What are you doing? Well, for those of you that are watching that follow the both of us, I'm about to end, and Steve, you'll tell people where they can find you. But there is a trip to Dubai coming for powerful people from my end of the stick. And we're trying to coordinate the dates so that Steve and his beautiful wife can attend. They'll add amazing value.
We coming to Dubai, goddammit! We coming to Dubai! I want to wear the thing on the head. I want to wear all of it.
Steve, I have no doubt that you're going to wear.
Good.
Oh my God.
You looking good. Might even grow my beard out.
Oh my God. We got to get you a Lambo so then you can take a picture for the Lambo. Like a chic.
Yeah.
Anyway, Steve, you and I could go on and on and on. Actually, I think we should talk further and do like a some live stream series, I
I
think it'll be
am.
great. I told you I'd be available on your platform. Tell people where they can find you on the internet, how they can work with you.
CoachSteveBacon.com. You can find everything you need to know about me there. Yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm easy. I'm looking for a certain type of client. Let me tell you who I'm looking for. So don't reach out to me unless you're this person.
Awesome.
I am looking for people. There's two types. Either A, you are someone committed to creating impossible shit. I'm looking for like really ambitious entrepreneurs, right? Who like want to spend their life creating dope shit to leave society better than what they found it. But their dreams are so big that they don't even know if it's possible or not. But they're willing to spend their entire life creating it. That's one person I'm looking for. Those are the people that's fun for me, right? The second type of person I'm looking for is someone who's high profile and plays confident on TV, but secretly suffers from self-esteem, self-worth, and identity issues. It could be a transitioning athlete. It could be someone coming out of the spotlight of Hollywood, but they played this character that people paid to see for so long that they don't even know who they are anymore. And their entire self-worth is tied to their notoriety. And they don't know how to sleep at night with this idea that there's a whole nother life they now have to live. So I'm either looking for that person or that person. Both of them are in their wheelhouse or in my wheelhouse because I'm a mind surgeon. And those are the two people I choose to serve. So if you're not either one of those, just keep it going. I'm too expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Keep it going. I'm too expensive for you.
You're not ready. You're not committed yet.
Yeah. And unless you're willing to put a down payment on a house down to work with me, you're not committed yet.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Steve, thank you for gracing my Facebook page and news feed with your presence. Thank you for agreeing to do this. I know that both of our times are very valuable, and you designated this time to come here with me.
I will do anything for you whenever you ask.
Thank you, Steve.
I love you so much. Whatever you need, I'll come running.
Thank you, Steve. And so because you said that, now I have to say this to my clients. If you are a woman who considers yourself to be a high value woman, you won't even befriend any man who is not a masculine man. Steve spoke right now. He's married. I love his wife. This is not a disrespectful thing. Steve spoke like a masculine man. And even in outside of romance, I do not bring men around my life who I wouldn't introduce to my children. I have young men. I have a 33-year-old, a 23-year-old, and I have a daughter who's 21. I don't befriend men who I wouldn't bring around my kids because I only bring people around my kids who can be an example to them of goodness, not of shit. We got plenty of that in my family. I got crackheads and all that stuff. I don't need no more shitty people. I don't need no more shitty people in my life. And so I only surround myself with people who, when I see their name come across my phone, I go, oh, if I answer, it's going to be plenty of six figures rolling around in that conversation. Let me answer. Thank you, Steve, for being a masculine man, for being a man of integrity, for saying what you said to me. I know that you mean it. And I love you as well. Guys, thank you for being here. See you on the flip side.